Hello everyone, welcome back to SkShadow, welcome back to Bournemouth, part number 33 or 34? I don't know, it's been a while actually since I've recorded. Obviously, this is the new season of 2026-2027, so we're getting through some seasons. Last season was obviously a madness. Absolute madness. If you haven't seen the last episode, I honestly pledge you to go watch that, because spoilers incoming in 3, 2, 1. We won the FA Cup. Obviously, the actual league was a bit diabolical in itself. We had a really poor start to the league. Got knocked out of the Champions League very, very quickly because we had a very, very, very difficult sort of group to get out of. And then from that, went into Europa League, made it through to the quarters, got knocked out by Atlanta in probably one of the craziest ties I've ever seen. Going into the second leg away from home was 4-4, and then we lost 2-1. So that was always crazy. And then our only hope to get into Europe was to win the FA Cup for Europa League. And here we are, the new season. So I was going to start with what I still class as pre-season being the Community Shield, because if you win it, it's another trophy. If you lose, it's just pre-season. We played Liverpool, and I thought, we're not going to win much. It's Liverpool. And then we went ahead and beat them on penalties. Also in pre-season, we beat this random Singapore team 14-0, and then we beat some random team 12-0 as well, which is absolutely ridiculous. Quick swig of that. And obviously off camera, I have been busy with a lot of signings. So if I go to finances, as you can see here, I have got no budget. Basically, original budget was 63.89. I was like, I want a bit more. So I asked, and they said, have at it. 80 million. I was like, you're joking. But they literally said, we want you to be consistent in staying in Europe, so we're giving you a bigger budget. So I was like, cool. And then also they gave me quite a hefty wage budget, and I've still got a lot of room to move in that wage budget, which is ridiculous. And then obviously it's been painful trying to find the right players, mainly because obviously my scouting's dead. So it is a case that I do flick through a lot of teams and go through a lot of players to see, well, and they just manually scout just to see if they will be any good. I mainly do it through the big teams. Finding just random players out in just anywhere is rather difficult. I have to manually scout teams, manually scout players for the reports to come through. Otherwise, as you know, it's just glitched. So yeah, is what it is. But if we do go over to the development centre as well, actually before the transfers, the under 23s, is it? We have, yeah, he will be in here as well. Here we go. There's a few players actually coming through. This guy, I did notice John Barnes. I thought that was quite funny. They've 17. He's got a fair bit of value, so that makes me think he's going to be quite good. So I'm keeping an eye on that. Same with this guy as well. I noticed he's got a little bit of value. Peter Butler. Got some very good stats in certain areas, actually. Oh, actually, maybe not, just bravery and natural fitness. But either way, the value says otherwise. And then Jurgen Petkovic? Petkovic. That is a mouthful to pronounce. It looks like he's going to be an absolute wonder kid. 19, already worth £70 million. Like, how? Like, he is definitely going to be ridiculous. Like, if I go to information, he's not even regarded as a wonder kid, but hey, he does need to. Well, he kind of does need to stay in sort of the under whatever's team, because he's only 1.5 stars at the moment. So till he sort of reaches 20, he's probably better off in just playing youth games. And then obviously maybe next season it will probably kick off where I'll probably put him into the main team. See how that goes. And then other than that, I don't think there's much going on in here. Board have improved youth facilities, so we like that. See what it says here is he could potentially become better than Talis Magno, which is nice because obviously Talis Magno has been a great player as well recently. Popov is actually someone else who's probably, I don't know if I've mentioned him, but he's been here for quite a while now. Been on loan a few times, and he's making some solid progress. Doesn't quite have the value yet, but he might get there in the future. So when he's like 25-ish, might be sort of a good squad player. Other than that, not anything too exciting. And then obviously if I go over to the transfers, I have a few recommendations actually. Oh yeah, these are some players that I was scouting. So these are people I've actually manually scouted, so it works like this. If you're wondering what it looks like on a recruitment meeting or when they come to me in general, this will normally say no recommendations, or it will basically be completely blank, and I'll have this little number in the corner there, and I'll be able to just bank them all to wherever that goes. So yeah, so I don't want that. Scout La Liga, it won't even do anything, but I'll do it anyways. 26-year-old attacking midfielder, who I will probably just leave alone for now because I don't really need any more midfielders. The signings. We have made some big signings. Transfers. History. So, yeah, Strakoschka went to Real Madrid. Luis Maximiano wanted to go there as well, but I offered him more money and he stayed. And then Strakoschka ended up going anyway because obviously he put in a transfer request, which was fine. A few loans going out all through like the youth. So no one crazy going out just yet. Obviously, there's a few players that probably do need to leave. Obviously, we still got a whole month of transfers going on. So, couple of youth guys that obviously the background staff do on their own, which is what it is. I'll just leave them to do their thing. But three or four major signings. So, first one was Endikia. Oh yes, 26 years old. He cost me about £60 million. Very expensive, very expensive, but probably one of the best centre backs in the game not in the game, but one of the top centre backs in the world. He's regarded as that as well, actually, because when I signed him, they were very happy with the signing. They were like, "You've done a mad one. You've done an absolute mad one." So yeah, we got ourselves a very good centre back, and is still apparently yet to improve, which is obviously lovely stuff. Then we got a bit of a squad player. Normally, if you use him right, he is regarded as a wonder kid, but in this save, not so much. He's here just for depth. It is Aaron Hickey. So, doesn't look bad, but we'll see how it goes. He cost me like 1.6 million, so I'm not going to cry at that if he doesn't turn out good. Brought in a backup goalkeeper to go next to Luis Maximiano in Kepa. I thought that's probably a very good signing, to be fair. 13 and a bit million, so obviously he's a keeper, so he'll probably last a long time anyways, and I'm not too bothered about selling for a profit in terms of a player like this in the future, so it's a win-win. Just had a debut in the Community Shield, played very well, literally won us the penalty shootout. And then the other one, this is someone who has been popping up for absolutely ages. I don't know where he popped up from, because obviously the scouts don't work, so I don't know. Either way, Brenner from Salzburg. He's also 26. I paid 28 and a bit million for him in total, including add-ons. And now he's already worth pretty much double that. And is probably an exact carbon copy of Solanke, just a lot younger. Or a bit, well, he's like 4 years younger, so yeah, if Solanke needs to leave, he can go now. Or I just keep both in terms of keeping them for depth. But yeah, it's more, the plan was to get rid of Solanke just to move, what's his face? Morgan Rogers to a bit more of an important role, just to fulfill his potential a bit more. Because he's actually doing very, very well. Because if I go to him, yeah, I mean the value speaks for itself. He's going to be quite good. He's 24, probably not as big as I thought he would be, but there you go. Obviously Michael Douglas, fuck me, he's brilliant. He's absolutely brilliant. Who else? Nico doing his thing, sitting around the 24-27 million mark. Just maybe not as good as I thought he would be originally, but he's okay. This guy has exploded out of nowhere in terms of value this new season. Looks very, very good. Has been very good since the start. Obviously, Matteo Gabbi is now 26 as well. He's just been brilliant the whole time. I always thought he was a 4-star defender. But maybe since we've brought new players in, obviously that adjusts a bit. Because that goes by... Obviously the star rating's not to everyone in the game. It's just comparing everyone in your squad / the league. So, obviously still very, very good. Just... yeah, not as good now that we've got better players, i.e. players like Ndikia. Obviously Lamptey doing his thing, he's just been brilliant as well. Who else is there? Talis Magno. Yep, that speaks for himself. He's now becoming that wonder kid that I always thought he would be. Just absolutely brilliant. Right, so still sticking with the 4-3-3 with the defensive player. I see no real reason to be changing it too much at the moment. Why fix what's not broken? I guess if we do go for a patch of some rough games, then I might decide to change, but obviously new players as well, so we'll see how it goes. Yeah, so obviously Collins and Ndikia, Gabby and Lamptey at the back. We got Kepper in goal, Nico Gallagher, Almada, then obviously Michael Douglas, Talis Magno and Brenner up front. It's quite funny, just the one English player in the team at the moment, which is rather funny. Obviously, going to see how it goes. Obviously, having 2 or 3 top strikers at the club, quite interesting. Obviously, it's recommending I keep playing Collins at left back. Apparently, he's better at left back than our actual left back. Because obviously, we still got Jack Stacey and J. Jordan Zamora. I'd probably still play Zamora there myself anyways. And then just filter in the Midi Collins to the 2 centre-backs for depth. But, hey, isn't it a good problem to have when you've got so many world-class players to choose from? That makes me wonder, hasn't Collins played for Germany? No, he hasn't. Hasn't Ndikia played for France yet? He's played once. That is crazy. Has he played for Spain yet? No. So you've got decent players when they're making it internationally. He's not even played for Brazil yet. I'm surprised he hasn't. And then he's actually played 5 times and scored once. But right, we can only see how it goes when we play. I'll start to learn who wants to play where. Daniel James is still lurking around. Completely forgot about him. He was coming off an injury, wasn't he? A few injuries. Oh, here's another player actually. LIVERPOO was actually got some value spiking up, and then the other player. Oh, he hasn't. Yeah. I've noticed his star rating for his potential has gone rocketing up to 4 stars, and everything's just green. So I want to keep an eye on him this season as well. So realistically, we've got 4 strikers to choose from. We can choose who I just showed you there, the June Bell guy, Morgan Rogers, Solanke, and Brennan. So, I mean, we're pretty much sorted up front. I'm gonna say, like, for the first time, I'm not actually comfortable with the amount of depth. The amount of depth I got. There you go, 1-0. Brenner, first goal of the season, first game of the season. That was an interesting stop and an attempted turn, just to let Sheffield get the ball. I literally don't recognise hardly anyone in this Sheffield team at the moment. That is a guy called Ali, and they actually score. Well, what do you know? That was actually quite shocking from us. Hey, don't even call a foul there. He's going to get a red card. Or is he going to call him for diving? Did he call it what? I'm so confused. No penalty. Thank God for that. Oh, yellow card. Sure. Almada. Michael Douglas. Let's go. Let's go. Got Paul messaging me there, so I'm looking away. But that is, I almost thought that was an own goal. The way that sort of 3 players jumped up with like the Sheffield player sandwiched in the middle. And that's Talis Magno, 3-1. This is going rather well. We'll take Michael Douglas off. We'll bring on Morgan Rogers. He's got to be the cult hero of this save, I tell you. Maybe not the cult hero, but very much a manager's player, in many respects. Cool. Final few minutes. Actually going to get another chance. Stacey with the ball. Oh my God, he's missed. He's actually gonna miss that. It was easier to score. Luton being battered 4-1 by West Ham. That's always fun for them. They're going to find it hard to survive. Considering it seemed like they scored first as well. I'm pretty sure I saw that pop up. Norwich beating Burnley 3-0. That's a cool score as well. I assume Norwich are still balancing from the Championship and the Premier League, as they do. Come on, Stacey. Big ball in. Talis Magno. Brilliant stuff. Is that a hat-trick? No, he doubles. It says 3 goals. I don't remember him scoring in the Community Shield. Right, this has been comfortable. That is perfect. That was very comfortable. Well done indeed to the lads. So, the more challenging game out of the 2 for today is going to be Liverpool. I mean, we love a bit of Liverpool. Liverpool. We'll see what sort of team they got. Alisson, Fabinho, Joe Gomez, Van Dijk, Robertson, Henderson, Castro, Morby. I don't know who that is. Salah, Diego Jota, and Erling Haaland. Pretty much exactly the same team as what they've got IRL, other than just a few players. Like Morbia, Castro are new. Haaland's obviously new, but obviously you expect that in a save like this. And then obviously their bench is pretty different. John Stones is a weird one. Obviously they still got Lewis Cook, who came from us. That is quite interesting that they've still got him and still use him on the bench. Because he was quite an influential player for us, but they offered just too much money for me to turn down. 40 million for a player like that? It's pretty crazy. But hopefully we can win. But very similar team to what We just about managed to beat in the Community Shield. Obviously, I didn't show that, but... Oh my god. Oh my... That straight at the keeper. Not really much. I think the only 3 teams that are really strong in this save... Well, 4 teams. There's 4 major teams in this save I've come across that have just disgusting squads. That's Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea, and then obviously United. United have... Yeah, they're probably the worst. They are just crazy. Right, who's this on the free kick? Almada. He should tuck that away. Come on. Ah, that really hurt. Oh, I'm in pain though. That was a really good goal. That was a really good goal. I love that. I'm just amazed at how far this team's come. Half time 1-0. I'm so happy with that. Go out there and impress me. Obviously, I say that the other team that I am really scared of is Man City, but in this save, they haven't actually been brilliant, although having really good players. Obviously, they've always beaten us, because obviously we're a team that is it's basically just a rebuild. But they've always sat around sort of 7th, somewhere between 7th and sort of like Champions League spots. They've never really been third, second or third that much, but you can't really read into it too much. Obviously beating Tottenham at the moment, so obviously they're alright beating the easy teams. We are defending very well at the moment. Michael Douglas needs to come off and bring on Daniel James. Alright, Almada. Back to Nico. Oh, just about squeezing that through. To Zamora, back to Magno. A bit of a scrappy goal, but I'll take it. Not sure if that's offside at all. Don't think it is, considering he passed it backwards there, but the actual crossover, I'm not sure. Apparently nowhere near offside, so I'll take it. I'll absolutely take that. Right, we'll take Almada off. I'll bring on Joe Willock. Right, another free kick. Stacey over the top. Collins. Oh my god, from like a crazy angle. Crazy angle. Now this is probably where they'll look at offside. No, they've awarded it. Oh, that is very nice. I love that ball over there. And then from that angle, Alisson just was not expecting that at all. That is some amazing stuff. Then we'll... We're actually beating Liverpool 3-0. Oh my god, I love that. As good as we've been, I do think the scoreline is a bit unfair in a sense that they've been through on goal 3 times and probably should have put away 3 shots. If their finishing was good, then they could have easily been drawing. But that's not how it's gone, so learn to finish. We're making them look silly. We are actually making Liverpool look silly. Are we the new giants in England? Like, we're going to be the team to beat. If we can beat Liverpool 4-0, I think we can beat anyone. Oh my god, that was absolutely amazing. And considering that, it still gives me the option to say that when we play teams like Liverpool, oh, nobody's expecting us to win. No pressure. When it's sort of recommending that as something I say, then technically we're still a worse off team. But if we can do that, then fair play to us. Damn, I'm actually rather impressed that we beat Liverpool so comfortably. But yeah, if we can top United and top Man City, then I'm fairly confident we will go a long way. Let me just quickly take a look at what we're sort of facing with the Man City team when that comes around. Senior squad. So Fafana, obviously I was looking at trying to sign him, but he just didn't think we were big enough to warrant signing him. Otherwise I probably would have blown the whole budget on just him, which is probably not the wisest idea. Is probably what I did is in the long term better off. De Jong, Diaz, Niazu, I don't know who that is. Still got De Bruyne. Words. Yeah, see, look, on paper, to me, this looks like a better team. Anyways, thank you very much for watching this episode. Like, subscribe, check all the links in the description for all that cool action. And other than that, I will see you very, very soon. But we're going to take Bournemouth to win the league, I hope. That is the target. Because we're just mental this season. Or we're going to be. We may just have a good start and it may fall off. I hope not, but I'm going to try to keep it up. See you soon.